Well, a peace deal signed in the Horn of Africa, but in neighboring South Sudan, rebels have rejected a peace plan to reinstate the opposition leader Riek Machar as vice president. They say the plan fails to dilute the president's power base. Machar was President Salva Kiir's deputy until 2013, but a political disagreement between the two spiraled into a civil war that has ravaged the country. The deal naming Machar first vice president was reached in Entebbe at the weekend along ethnic lines. Well, for some more on the South Sudan peace talks, viewer John Tanza joins us live via Skype from Melbourne in Australia. Welcome. Good morning over there.
Good morning, Vincent.
Yes. Now, John, this South Sudan talks and deals are almost confusing, if I may say so. Can you give us some clarity here? What's going on? What's happening?
What happened in Uganda over the weekend was a proposal. President Bashir and President Yoweri Museveni came out with a proposal on governance issues in South Sudan. You remember the leaders of the warring parties have not been seeing each other eye to eye on who should govern the country. For instance, President Kiir and Riek Machar are not seeing each other eye to eye because of the issue of presidency. So there was a proposal that was floated to Machar and President Kiir about having 4 vice presidents. So in essence, President Kiir will have 4 deputies. That is, Riek Machar will be the first vice president, and then the current vice president, and then Taban Dengai, who became the vice president in a controversial move in Juba. So all of them will be there. They're saying Juba is trying to accommodate them by giving them positions. And the South Sudan Opposition Alliance also issued a statement saying that the negotiations in Kampala zeroed on positions rather than issues that made people to fled from Juba, people to oppose the government of President Kiir.
So, in essence, the deal signed in Khartoum, I mean, does it...
During the past negotiations in Addis Ababa, it took the IGAD 11 months to make the parties agree on how Juba will be secured during a transitional period. But it took Khartoum a week to make the parties agree on how Juba will be secured and how to restructure the army in South Sudan and form a joint military board that will oversee the process of integration and reestablishing various security organs in the country. And it is still the initiatives of Sudan and Uganda that is making the parties meet. Remember, President Kiir and Riek Machar met in July last year, and from there they never met again. But got to make them to sit on the table once again.
Now, very quickly, do you, if you have any information, understand why these talks are going round and round? I mean, Addis Ababa, Khartoum, Entebbe, and here next Nairobi.
That's the IGAD communique of the IGAD Council of Ministers. They issued a communique at the end of their meeting towards the beginning of July, mandating President Bashir to continue with the face-to-face talks. Remember, the first time Machar met with President Kiir was in Ethiopia when Machar came from South Africa. And so after that meeting, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
That's viewers John Tanza speaking to us from Melbourne in Australia.